Welcome to Busan EFM News at 3. I'm Juliet Hum. The government officially terminated the search for those still missing from the sunken ferry Sewol today, some 7 months after the disaster that claimed more than 300 lives. The Minister of Oceans and Fisheries, Lee Ju-young, announced the decision after a meeting of related government ministers presided over by Prime Minister Chung Won. Under the decision, rescue divers will end their operations during the day, while the shipwreck will be sealed off to prevent a possible loss of the bodies. When the sunken ferry will be lifted from under the sea will be determined later through further discussion. The government will also phase out the Pan-Governmental Disaster Control Center that was set up to deal with the aftermath of the ferry accident. A district court today sentenced the captain of the sunken ferry Sewol to 36 years in prison for abandoning passengers at the time of the deadly sinking. Lee Jun-seok, however, was acquitted of charges that he murdered 304 passengers as he left them behind while he was the first to be rescued when the ill-fated ship was sinking off South Korea's southern coast on April 16th. Prosecutors had sought the death penalty against the 68-year-old skipper. The ruling came just hours after the government terminated the near 7-month search of the sunken vessel, with 9 passengers still unaccounted for, citing the collapsing interior and worsening sea conditions. The Gyeongnam government has submitted their budget for next year, with the exception of the free school meal subsidies, to the provincial council today. An official in Gyeongnam said that it plans to set aside a 25.7 billion won budget for the free school meal subsidies as a reserve fund and use the money as a direct educational cost for underprivileged citizens. The budget for the Nuri course next year that includes childcare tuition is set for 143.9 billion won, but so far the Education Office has only procured 49.1 billion won, an equivalent to 3.9 months. Therefore, the public is waiting for the deliberative process of the budget by the Provincial Council. Test papers and answer sheets for the 2015 College Scholastic Ability Test school year arrived yesterday. 77,000 students applied for the test in Busan and Gyeongnam this year. The test papers and answer sheets that arrived yesterday afternoon have been dispersed and stored in 2 places in Busan and 6 places in Gyeongnam and will be distributed to the test sites early in the morning on the 13th. Turn toward Busan, an event aimed at commemorating Korean War veterans and peace was held at 11 a.m. in Busan. The Ministry of Patriots and Veteran Affairs held Turn Toward Busan event to honor the noble sacrifice and the soul of the fallen heroes and to pay 1-minute silent tribute at the UN Memorial Park. Residents of parts of the Russian capital Moscow have been urged by the Emergencies Ministry to stay indoors because of a noxious gas that is spreading through the city. The source of the gas is unclear. No accidents have been reported at any of Moscow's chemical factories. Media reports said that the gas was hydrogen sulfide, which can be highly toxic and smells like rotten eggs. Now for the weather. Today's weather will be clear with warmer temperatures in the afternoon. The high temperature in Busan will be 18 degrees lower than yesterday, with the waves rising from 0.5 to 1 meter in the sea. Fine dust concentration levels are normal today. It is currently 18 degrees here in Busan. That wraps up this hour's news. Thank you for joining us. Now you're listening to Busan EFM.